My name is Honorable Mrs. OLAYINKA OLADUNJOYE, the Vice Chairman East of our great party, APC in Lagos State.
Are you the coordinator or the director during the campaign?
I was Deputy Director General Bola Tinubu Shetima Sanwo-Olu Hamzat campaign organization.
Yeah, man, this is my Asiwaju story. I would like you to tell us about Asiwaju. Who is Asiwaju? How do you come to meet Asiwaju?
Asiwaju is an iconic personality, a focused person, a philanthropist, a mentor, a strategist. You can use all the adjectives in the world to describe Asiwaju. Asiwaju is there, is focused, is strategic. He identifies talents. He's a talent hunter and a talent identifier. We love Asiwaju, adore him. Asiwaju comes across as somebody who sees tomorrow. He's clairvoyant. He can see tomorrow. He's somebody that would say it's going to happen. He will work towards it. He's a great mentor, a great person, a great personality. He will tell you that it can be done and it will be done. We like Asiwaju. Asiwaju is a father to all. He's a brother to everybody. When you are in Asiwaju's presence, you have this peace that descends on you because you know that whatever you go there to do will actually be actualized.
Man, yeah, can you tell us how you come across Asiwaju? What benefits have you benefited from Asiwaju?
Since 1999, I have been watching Asiwaju, looking at him, seeing the infrastructural development of Lagos State that he had done. Some of us were not in the mix of party activities, but we were able as bystanders to see him. We adore him. We saw what he has done. He practically revolutionized the activities of Lagos, even despite the fact that there was no money. He was able to make do. My path and Asiwaju's path crossed in 2010 when I was vying to be the honorable member of Ekpe Constituency 1 and member of House of Reps. I went out, I contested, the way politics is. I was told that I needed to step down. He called me personally and told me that, you know what, there's going to be another time. I'm going to compensate you personally. And at that time, I didn't believe him. But people who knew him said, he will say it and he will do it. And indeed, he did it. After telling me to step down, we kept on having a relationship that was beautiful politically. I'll go to body loan. He would talk to me. So when the cabinet Fashola came on board and the cabinet was constituted, he made me a commissioner, despite all odds. I mean, that for me was a wonderful thing. And since then, he has not looked back. My commissionership as Commissioner for Education was to his benefit. I mean, it was based on what he did. I can ascribe the success story to him. After leaving the post as Commissioner for Education, I was made Commissioner for Commerce and Industry. With him and God, he made it happen. When the position of Vice Chairmanship of East of our party opened, people were saying, no, not a woman. I said, look, I want that woman. I know who she is. I know her capacity. Some people will not talk like, no, many leaders will not do that. They would rather see you that you have capacity rather than accept you for who you are. Some of them will bring you down. They see you as a threat. And they would even say that as a woman, who is she? Where is she coming from? Is she not a woman? But not Asiwaju. In fact, he's a gender-friendly person. He will tell you that what a man can do, a woman can do. And some of us has demonstrated that to him over time, and he has come to believe it. He's a he for she. He would ensure that in every facet of political permutation, a woman is there. And more often than not, we don't disappoint him. Well, if you look at Asiwaju's antecedents, you will agree with what they are saying. If you look at his manifesto, encapsulated in the renewed hope, you know that he has a lot of plans and strategy for Nigeria. Nigeria is going to witness the best that it can be. We're going to move forward economically. I can assure you that security will be better. Educationally, there will be goodwill. Health-wise, we will have a lot of good things to say about it. The hope, renewed hope, captures everything that he wants to do, and I'm sure based on his antecedent that he'll get it done. Some of us, when we were campaigning for him and we're selling him, some people don't believe him And they don't even think he was going to win, interestingly. But some of us, we know him. We know that whilst others are sleeping, Asiwaju is awake. When others are going up and down, is there strategizing. So we knew he was going to win. And it was not difficult for us to sell him. And we sold him. And to the glory of God, he's now our president-elect. Come May 29th, by the grace of God, he's going to be our president, and I'm sure he would revolutionize Nigeria in all ramifications: health, education, economy, security, agricultural. There'll be a revolution for the best in Nigeria.
Yeah, madam, we look at Asiwaju, that is a builder. He recruits people that Asiwaju recruits. Most of them doesn't believe to be Asiwaju. At the end, people believe that they backbite in. How is it true, ma'am?
Well, so that's how human beings are. Human beings cannot be the same. Some people, you do something for them, they will appreciate you. Others would not. And according to him, he prepares for backbiting. He prepares for things like that. He knows when it's going to happen. He knows how it's going to happen. And he has told us several times that whenever it happens, he's even ready for reconciliation, which more often than not, they will go, but they will still come back to meet Asiwaju. That's interesting about him. I don't even know how he does that or how that comes about, but they would go, they will abuse him, they will go, but he will come back. So, and then when they come back, he embraces them. So that's how magnanimous Asiwaju is. So that's why some of us would do anything to make sure that we work hard for Asiwaju.
So you want to tell me that he has a large heart to accommodate a lot of big things in his body?
Of course, he has a large heart. He doesn't have a large heart. So many people had gone, done something bad for him, but he will still come back. He will embrace you because in his mind he has said it, that he's prepared for everything, good, bad. But and then he knows that you are going to come back and he's ready to embrace you, because even in the first place, anybody Asiwaju has handpicked, or anybody Asiwaju has seen and identified the talent in that person has something to offer, and he knows that if the person goes or come back, he's going to embrace the person. So that's Asiwaju for you.
Asiwaju is somebody that loves the youth, and he said he's working with the youth. Didn't you think the youth that we have in Nigeria today, are they ready to work?
Well, they're ready to work. All they need is an enabling environment. Most of them don't appreciate what they have. They go out, and some of them will say the jackpot syndrome. When they get there, they say that it's not even green on the other side. So I want to impress on them that this is the time to join this moving train and ensure that they keep themselves in Nigeria, stay here so that we can develop the country together. If you look at the renewed hope and the mandates and the manifesto, there is a gamut of everything for education for them. Loans, scholarships are all going to be there for them. So when there's sincerity in governance, they will key into it, and I'm sure that they will see it with time. Actually, he's going to hit the ground running. He's going to pick people that would work. You pick round peg in round holes, and at the end of the day, in the nearest future, people like us and people like them who will know his capacity. They that don't know his capacity would now know his capacity, and at the end of the day, I can assure you that they will key into this governance that he wants to put on board.
Yeah, during Asiwaju campaign in the East, they don't believe in Asiwaju. But I can remember one of their leaders, let's bless the memory of Okadibo, Chukwu Okadibo, have already said that Asiwaju is going to be the president of Nigeria. And I think this is the time Nigeria should be united. Don't you think so? Because they said Asiwaju is not a sentimental person. He doesn't backbite, he brings people round. How far is it true, man?
Chukwu Okadibo, when his soul rests in perfect peace, has seen what some of us hasn't seen at that time. We can say he's a bit clairvoyant. He has seen the capacity of Asiwaju. He has admired him. He has said that this man, the way he's going to be president of Nigeria, and that has come to pass. So may his soul rest in peace. I want to say that we should just leave Asiwaju alone to hit the ground running, to do what he wants to do, to ensure that Nigeria moves forward, to ensure that it's impactful, in terms of capacity, in terms of health, in terms of education, and in terms of security. Both the monetary and fiscal policies are going to be tinkered with for the better. And I can assure you that Nigeria is going into its El Dorado just at this point.
In May 29, Asiwaju will be swearing in as the president of Nigeria. Your advice in terms of what is really happening in Nigeria, what do you want him to do first if coming 29?
After May 29th, what I'll advise from my own humble position is to unify Nigeria. Nigeria is divided as it is, and we can all see it. So once there is unity, once there is belief, once everybody's has keyed into the relationship that is going to bring on board, I'm sure things will be better. Unity is important. Security is another thing. Fiscal and monetary policies should be done with. Educational activities should be improved upon, and the health situation, because we are losing doctors, we are losing professors. So what we need to do as government is to ensure that enabling environment is available, salaries are well paid, emoluments are done properly. Once all those things are done, they will not leave. I mean, they go there taking a risk, trying to see if it's going to be better for them. But if they see that Asiwaju is doing well, they will all come back, and I can assure you, and we can't wait to have them back.
Even the Igbos, the Hausa will come back.
Yeah, that's unity for you.
And you think Nigeria will be one again?
Yeah, we should be. I mean, I think he's even thinking of restructuring. Not, I mean, he has his own concept of restructuring. And once restructuring is done, it gives everybody equity. There's justice. So once there is justice, there's equity. I'm sure everybody will be happy. Because if I'm wronged and I can get justice based on that, I'll be happy. If I can go to the market with a small amount of money, buy food for my family, I'll be happy. If I can move at night and there's nobody disturbing me, no kidnapper, no, I'll be happy. So once those things are available for us as members of the Nigerian community, I can assure you that everybody will be happy. And that's the essence of governance: justice, peace, security, unity.
Man, you've not told me one thing about Asiwaju. During Nadako, Asiwaju is more among all this late Abraham Adesanya, Adesanya. Man, you've not told me the aspect of Asiwaju, the way he carried them along and built most especially Lagos. Look the way Lagos is hit now.
No, he laid the foundation for what we have in Lagos. He was one of those that laid the foundation for the infrastructural development that we have in the state. He was one of those that laid the foundation for the money that we're generating now that we're using to run the state. He was one of the person that did what he did because of his vision. And during the Nadeko time, they all ran out of the country because of their lives, and he was there as a rallying point for them. They meet in his house, he sponsors them, he does a lot of things for them. So I'm not surprised that he became the governor at the time he did, because rightfully so, he has done what he should do and he has earned his mark. So being the governor at that time gave him the leverage and the opportunity to put his people together to ensure that the state becomes what it is. When there was no money, I don't know how he did the magic, but the states were still, local government was still running. He created the 37 LCDs. That's a wisdom. Because now governance gets to the grassroots because of that. Even though it's incoherent, they've not completed it. Now that he's there, I'm sure it will be complete. There will be no more LCDs, there will be proper local governments.
So he's the one that created the 37 local governments in Lagos?
He created the 37 LCDs from the 20 local government that we have. 20 and 37, we have 57 now. 20 local governments proper, 37 LCDs. It was his wisdom, it was his vision. Because he believes that if you live in Apapa and you are in Igomu, why do you have to? You can create really Igomu from Apapa. You can create Iredu from Ekpe. You can create Pusijini from Iredu. So those are the things he did, and he brought governance to the grassroots and gave people opportunities for governance and self-actualizations. Most of the chairmen that we have now managing the LCDs wouldn't have had the opportunity. Most of the people that we have now as ESCO members of LCDs, they wouldn't have had the opportunity. So he has created a level playing ground for them. He has expanded the field for operations, and now governance gets to the grassroots and people can feel government. So we give kudos to him. We thank you for thinking ahead and creating the LCDs.
So you would tell me now that Nigeria should exercise patience, that Asiwaju is ready to build Nigerian bank.
Yes, the renewed hope. When you hear hope standing on its own, that you are hopeful. When it's now say renewed, that means that hope that has been there before is now renewed. So I can assure all of us that going forward, this is a new dawn for Nigeria. It's a new dawn that we all need to key into. It's a new dawn that we all have to support Asiwaju for actualization. I'm sure he's going to pick the right team, and he'll pick them as soon as he can. So once the team are on ground, I can assure you that things will start moving, because he already has a plan. He didn't get there by accident. He has been planning for the past 20 years. So if you have been planning something for the past 20 years, I'm sure you'll not be surprised or be dissuaded when you get there. He has the plans already set out, and I'm sure he's just going to tick the boxes. And by the grace of God, Nigeria is going to be better for all of us to live in.
Thank you very much for having me.